Hey everybody, hope that you are doing well today. So I decided to hop on here for a little bit because I just wanted to kind of just share with my community. So I'm just now leaving the gym, running some errands before I have a Zoom call later on today, but I thought I would just check in with you all. So today I have a little situation. Today I am scheduled to go to the Golden Corral buffet. So for those of you all that may not be familiar with Golden Corral, it's a restaurant. I think it might be something similar to Sizzler or something for people out of state or whatever. But here in St. Louis, Golden Corral is like an American buffet that has all kinds of food, and it's of course all you can eat and all like types of home style foods. Now, for some of you that may be watching this video, you may be like, well, what's the big deal? But for someone like me who is on a journey to have a healthier relationship with God and with food, someone that God has really been dealing with about compulsive overeating, I've written a book called Loving God More Than Food. I've created an online community. You can find us. It's called Loving God More Than Food. I try to avoid going to buffets. And the reason why I've made the decision that I'm not going to avoid this trip is because it's my church. My church is having a fellowship for people who are on the prayer ministry. And from what I understand, this is a time for us to build community and also get information about the prayer ministry going forward. So I was tempted to just say, hey, I can't make it. But I am going to step out and just kind of trust God. So as believers, God has given us a spirit of self-control. And so I am going to believe God that I am going to have a spirit of self-control when I go to this buffet. And so I am sharing publicly that, I think people may say, oh, Kacie, what's the big deal? You work out all the time. But I also try not to put myself in situations where I am very tempted. And as someone that, struggles really, like I say, with food addiction, going to a buffet can be, it can make you feel anxious. So I'm reaching out for support. I'm asking for y'all to pray for me. And also really just kind of have compassion for people. They may be struggling with things you don't know about, areas you may not struggle with. But we're all different. We're wired differently. And, I just want to glorify God with my body. I want to practice self-control. And in the past, when I have gone to like buffets, it has just been just like gorging myself, just like a real spirit of gluttony that I would try to work out over. And so the journey that I am on now is really loving God with my whole heart, mind, soul, and strength, and not necessarily being afraid of food, but also just kind of where I'm at right now, not putting myself in tempting situations where my flesh overrules the spirit and I'm just like stuffing food into my mouth. So that's kind of where I am today. If you are struggling, and I'm sorry, y'all, I am in my car. And like I said, I came from a workout, showered there, but body is still overheated. But I believe I may not be the only person that may struggle when it comes to overeating or a spirit of gluttony. And if I'm talking to you, and if you can kind of understand where I'm coming from, I want to invite you to join our online support group, Loving God More Than Food. Like I said, it's on Facebook. All you have to do is go into the search tab and type in Loving God More Than Food and join our group. Within the next couple of weeks, we're going to be launching a 21-day challenge where we are just going to come together. So I will be leading a Bible study each week. We're going to have free exercise classes in person that are led by Evergrace Davis. We're also going to have a prayer line. We're going to have chats with just some of my friends that will be sharing just tips and tactics about how to have a healthier relationship with God and with food. I believe that God has called me in this season to have these conversations, because I think too often those of us who are in the body of Christ it's really easy to get tempted to running to food for comfort instead of running to God. It's really easy to get tempted to kind of eat ourselves when we feel anxious or when we feel sad or when we feel like we need comfort. But what happens is that impacts our health. It impacts our future. I don't know about you, but if I'm stuffing myself at a buffet, I'm not like sensitive to whoever may be around me that may need a word from the Lord. My spirit is not sensitive because my flesh has taken over and all my flesh is like, feed me, feed me, feed me. So I really believe that God is just giving me, and there are others, just kind of this push, this nudge to just talk in the body of Christ and to raise awareness about how we look at food and how we take care of our bodies. And so that's the entire purpose of loving God more than food. So also, just to be transparent, I initially thought that I was sharing this video in the loving God more than food, but I realized that it is going out to like my big Kacie Starlong audience. So I just say that that's the that's the will and the intention of the Lord. So I hope more people see this, and I hope that God just speaks to you and just encourages you that he cares about every aspect of your life. Whether you are in ministry, whether you have a very, public platform, but maybe privately, maybe dealing with challenges regarding your intake of food and taking care of your body, just know that God sees all and that he's providing assistance and he's providing help and he's providing support. So I pray that this just encourages you, me just reaching out, asking for prayers, asking for support, but also inviting you to join me on this journey of loving God more than food. So, all right, you guys, be blessed. Have a blessed day. Have a great weekend, and I will talk